Hey friends, Pastor Joey here. It is Friday, and by my count, it is day 68 of Corona, at least Corona impacting our lives. And that's interesting to think about as we head into this holiday weekend with Memorial Day on Monday, a long weekend. Normally when we get to this point, we've been working really hard. We've been pressing forward. We haven't had a lot of time off, a lot of rest, a lot of time just with our family. And we're looking forward to that. And for some of us, things have been somewhat normal. Staying busy with work, staying busy with life, and exhaustion from a number of different places. But some of us have had that extra time at home and some of that downtime. And so no matter where you're at this weekend, and I know that there's a lot of different places we're coming from, I just want to encourage you and remind you to still take some time to rest. I think it's really good that we have some of these long weekends built into our calendar. And right now is a strange time. And even if you have had some extra downtime and you maybe don't feel like I need a long weekend right now, I just want to encourage you that there's all different forms of rest. And of course, we need sleep. It's great to take some extra time to sleep this weekend. Maybe you grab a hammock and a book or just a good couch or a corner in the house, or a nook under the stairs where the kids aren't going to find you and get some rest this weekend, whatever it takes. But also, when we take some time to rest, I just want to remind us not to forget to rest in the Lord, because there is value in getting sleep. There's value in just doing a fun activity with family or what have you, but also the true rest that we have is in God. And I just want to read to you briefly here from Matthew 11, where Jesus says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." I love those words. I've been sitting on them here for a little bit and just digesting that. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Jesus makes that promise to us that He can provide a rest that we're not going to find anywhere else, and that we need that when we're burdened, when we're heavy laden, when we're overwhelmed. And I just want to ask you to pause and consider, even if you haven't been going at a normal pace, a normal speed, if you have had extra time off, I think that COVID has been a little sneaky in the way that it delivers fatigue into our lives. And some of it is mental exhaustion. Some of it is just we're tired of being frustrated, or we're tired of the extra work of making sure we wear a mask or wash our hands or do things just in a completely different way. Whatever it is, I think we all have experienced some level of fatigue through this very long season that still has some more yet to come. And so knowing that we've come a long way, but also that we have an unknown amount of time ahead of things being a little more exhausting, a little more challenging, I just encourage you to be intentional and take some time to rest this weekend. Take some time set aside to, pull out a board game and sit down with your kids and play a game, or get outside, maybe go to the lake, maybe go for a walk. Whatever it is that you do to rest, you know yourself. Take some time for that. And those of you who are married, I just encourage you, as you consider how am I going to take some time with God this weekend, I encourage you, if you feel overwhelmed, just to say to your spouse, hey, I think I need a half hour just to go be with the Lord right now. And maybe that's you go for a car ride, maybe you go for a walk, maybe you find a quiet corner, whatever works for you, whether it's reading God's Word, spending some time in prayer, just going for a walk and listening, some kind of meditation, playing some music. If you play guitar, play an instrument, or listening to music, whatever it is that's going to help you connect and find that rest in Jesus. He says that we can come to Him and find that rest. I just encourage you to seek that out this weekend and don't let this opportunity pass by. And I'm going to practice what I preach right now. Tonight, it's Thursday night, it's getting late. I was working on a video that I'm really excited about. I shot an interview today with a friend, another pastor, and we were talking about Ravi Zacharias and his life and some things we can learn from that. And I'm really excited to share that with you, but I couldn't quite get it done to share tomorrow. And my wise wife reminded me that I should not continue to stay up late and that I also need rest. And so I'm going to hit pause on that. I'm excited to share it with you next week. But just to take some time this weekend, I'm going to be with family, get to spend some time with them. So I just encourage all of you to consider that as we go into this long weekend, even though it's unusual times. And then lastly, just want to remind you that it is Memorial Weekend. And so if you have someone in your life, whether a family member or a friend that has served in the military, just want to ask you to remember them, to appreciate them, to say thank you for what they've done, or anyone you know who's lost a loved one serving, that you could just let them know that you remember that happened. I know that even though it's been several years now, there are certain people in my life that when it gets to that point, that day on the calendar, when either my dad had passed away or there's a funeral or a birthday or whatever, and someone reaches out and says, I remember that you've had that loss and can you continue to experience it. And that always means a lot to me. And we can do that same thing for others this weekend that we know have been impacted by family members that have served. So I just want to encourage you to think about those couple things this weekend. And then, of course, lastly, while you're enjoying the holiday weekend, don't forget we are going to have our online service on Sunday. You can find that on our website through email or by liking this YouTube channel. Go ahead, just hit subscribe right now and you'll be notified for all of our new videos. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you find some rest. I hope you rest in Jesus. And I look forward to connecting with you on Wednesday. We'll not have a video on Monday. So have a wonderful weekend and we'll talk to you soon.